Hi, my name is Liviana Valentine. I'm from Nandi, and Today FM rocks.
My name is Ateza. I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Krish. I'm from Tava. I like listening to Big Breakfast. Today FM rocks.
I'm Juliana. I'm from Nautoka, and I like listening to Today FM.
Hi, my name is Chelly. I live in Arere. Today FM rocks my grog and lollipop.
Bula, my name is So. I'm from Nabua. I like listening to Today's FM.
Bula, my name is Asilika from Rocky Rocky, and Today FM rocks with my flip-flops.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News. Tonight, Immigration Department confirms 2 MWH employees sent from the country. Fiji's economy expected to exceed 2.4% growth. A new pay structure for ECE teachers. The Fijian Immigration Department has confirmed that 2 expatriate employees of MWH Global have been declared persona non grata. MWH Global is the leading contractor for the Fiji Roads Authority. While details remain sketchy at this moment, FBC News has received confirmation from Direct Immigration Nemani Vuniwanga. Vuniwanga says he cannot comment any further on the matter. FBC News understands the 2 employees, construction manager Simon Court and Adam Jackson, the maintenance manager, were sent back home earlier today. The MWH Global office in Suva says they are awaiting word from their Sydney office before a statement will be released on the matter. The forecast for an economic growth rate of 2.4% will soon be revised upward by the Reserve Bank of Fiji. Speaking at the Joint Business Council Conference in Pacific Harbour, RBF Chief Manager Economics Caroline Wangambatha says this is due to increases noted in the service sector.
Thank you for the data as well that you shared. There's an opportunity for Q&A.
Despite battling tropical cyclone earlier this year, the economy is expected to grow.
Growth this year is currently forecast at 2.4%. We'll soon revise this growth rate. However, where is this coming from? We see that the major contributor to this growth is the services sector.
A major contribution to the unexpected growth is the increased activity within the tourism sector.
This improvement in growth reflects the deliberate policies domestically to drive consumption and investment. And so our economy has been domestically driven for the past few years.
One positive result of the economic improvement is a reassurance for Australia and New Zealand to invest in the Fijian market. Rachel Na, FBC News.
1,235 teachers from more than 800 registered early childhood education centres will benefit from the new salary structure that has now come into effect. Senior Education Officer for the ECE Chokapedi Kurambui says this will empower teachers in their professional and personal lives. Savara Tumbua has more.
Early childhood teachers play an important role in preparing children for primary and secondary education. Senior Education Officer Chokapedi Kurambui says the $6.8 million allocated by government for the initiative will be of great help to the teachers.
It has given them a new hope in life. Teachers can now work towards their dreams for their families and themselves, where they can now pursue to upgrade themselves professionally.
Education Minister Mahendra Reddy says salary payments are structured in 4 categories.
Those without any qualification and are teaching in ECE centers are also paid. Those who have got a 1-year certificate from the universities are having a slightly higher wage rate. Diploma holders are having a slightly higher wage rate, and degree holders are having a higher wage rate.
Previously, the ECE teachers were paid 80% by government, while the 20% was paid by management. Now the government has taken ownership of 100% payment. Sabay Ratabua, FBC News.
Biosecurity Authority of Fiji will focus at reviewing its laws to develop a modern and effective framework legislation to enable Fijian biosecurity to efficiently deliver international standards. Permanent Secretary for Ministry of Public Enterprises says the review of Fiji's biosecurity legislation will help BAF address the risks to plant health, animal and food safety.
Fiji is a small, developing and vibrant nation, already expanding its trade relations and economic growth, cannot afford to allow biosecurity risks to plant, health, animal and food to enter our shores. It needs to manage it. A single isolated case can have a huge and negative impact on our domestic crops.
The Pacific Plant Protection Organization is looking for a beneficial virus able to control the rhinoceros beetles that have been destroying coconut plantations across the region. This was one of the many issues raised during the organization's executive committee meeting hosted by the Pacific community in Nadi yesterday. Ellen Stiles has more.
Quarantine executives and trading partners from 13 Pacific Island countries are in Fiji this week to investigate ways to better prevent and control the introduction and spread of plant pests and diseases across country borders. One such pest is the rhinoceros beetle that has been plaguing countries in the region.
From Vanuatu, we don't have this virus, we don't have this rhinoceros beetle. Officials here to be trained with the biosecurity officers here.
There are about 22 countries that make up the Pacific community, and as a member, Fiji seems to be making good headway.
It has the human resources, it has the financial backing of government, and what they are doing is in line with the IPPC. And so, in a nutshell, Fiji is doing well.
The lack of human resources and knowledge across the Pacific is another challenge for island states. The next such meeting will be convened next year, with a venue to be decided at a later date. Ellen Stiles, FBC News.
Still to come on FBC News, new domestic violence helpline to launch soon. And Fiji works on harnessing its tourism industry. Stay with us.
Galovina, Guia Dolosana, Angito Talitakini and Navarro and Bula FM at Golden Point Resort, Basendo Nambando and Ahere, Vinaka.
Bula Vinaka, Navan Gotevita, Utungo 90, and Totalitaka Navarro and Bula FM, Nambando and Set.
Nadango Makilesi, where Kraki and Lesbian and Bula FM, Nambando.
Hello, Ratu Kitchen and Gotambo, and do Talitaka Navarro and Bula FM, Nambando and Sere,
Bula FM, number 2 and Ser.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. The Ministry of Women, Children and Poverty Alleviation is working closely with the Fiji Women's Crisis Centre in setting up a domestic violence helpline. The helpline will be the first of its kind to be commissioned in Fiji. Shireen Shivan reports.
Women who are victims and survivors of domestic violence will soon be able to seek counselling services for free with qualified professionals.
The Domestic Violence Helpline will provide a central and single point of referral, relieving victims, survivors of the complexity, burden and stress of sourcing appropriate and responsive services.
It is useful to our women and even our children. Every day in the news we hear that about violence against women and children are abused, and so it is really good for us to have knowledge about this.
An agreement was signed between the ministry and the Fiji Women's Crisis Centre, who will be managing the 24-hour helpline.
Fiji Women's Crisis Centre, ladies and gentlemen, has an integrative and comprehensive program designed to both prevent and respond to violence by reducing individual and institutional tolerance of violence against women and increasing the availability of appropriate services for survivors.
The staff also took this opportunity to farewell the outgoing Minister Rosie Akbar and to welcome the incoming Minister for Women, Children and Poverty Alleviation, Maraseni Vuniwanga. Shireen Shivan, FBC News.
Harnessing Fiji's tourism industry's potential to meet global demands was an area of focus for the business delegation gathered in Pacific Harbour today. Fiji Hotel and Tourism Association President Dixon Sito and Fiji's High Commissioner to Australia Yogesh Punja both said in order to achieve this, the industry needs to diversify. Rachel Nath has more.
The world wants
Diversifying tourism is the way forward. However, government needs to consider tapping into other markets for aviation services.
We need to grow Fiji's aviation partnership so that there is increased capacity in Fiji to meet the potential. A profitable Fiji Airways is a key to growth capacity, but we also need to ensure that we look at other avenues and partners to grow aviation capacity into Fiji.
Punja stressed the importance of tapping the India and China markets for Fiji.
We need to get away from making Fiji a cheap destination. We need to get back to where we were before in terms of value. Tourism industry is not only visitor arrivals. People tend to put this figure in front of you. The visitor arrival numbers are increasing. The real value of tourism is visitor arrivals multiplied by the length of stay, multiplied by the spend per day.
The industry has plans to make luxury retirement homes for elderly overseas visitors. 5 such developments are being discussed. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
Work is currently in progress on the new Watuanga Bridge. FBC News visited the site this morning and witnessed workers working hard to construct the bridge within the time frame. The bridge is constructed by China Railway Company and the Fiji Roads Authority. The cost of the construction is $1.5 million. The new Watuanga Bridge is expected to be opened next year. The organisation Youth Champs for Mental Health is working on building student capacity and peer support within the school system. With the alarming rate of young people committing suicide in the last 5 years, Youth Champs Mental Health Director Lionel Rogers says the organisation is working closely with young people to prevent suicides. Sainiani Boila has more.
The Youth Champs for Mental Health organisation mentoring project in mental health aims to reduce increasing number of adolescent suicides in Fiji. 18 students from various secondary schools in the Central Division were part of this project.
So these young people are now fully trained and equipped to help where teachers fail, to help where the counselors fail. They prefer the peer-to-peer approach, and they are now well advanced in the field. So,
with the completion of the project, participants will now be a beacon of hope for young people.
More skills on how to help other people with issues and problems.
I believe it gives me the knowledge and confidence to train my fellow students back in school.
It's been a life-changing and eye-opening.
Youth Champs for Mental Health will now base the evaluation from the creative arts expression done by the 18 students during the project. This will then be collated and a report will be submitted to the Education Ministry, the Health Ministry and the Direct Aid Program under the Australian Government. Sainiani Boila, FBC News.
The International School Suva decided to end their school term today by celebrating International Peace Day. Principal Anna Marsden said they had to celebrate this special occasion given they are a multicultural school. Anna Ravulo has the report.
As principal of the school, Marsden says that peace is important to them because it is one of their core values.
And promoting intercultural understanding, promoting peaceful resolutions to conflict, whether that be big or small, at school.
She added all schools in Fiji should do their part in teaching children on this topic.
Every school did their part to educate the young people the importance of listening and really understanding what people are trying to say and who they are. We will all live in a more peaceful society.
I think we should celebrate peace because peace means happy and you should be happy and there should be no war.
International Peace Day will be celebrated globally on the 21st of this month. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
Now with the latest in sports, here's Jamie.
Thank you, Jackie. Good to have you in studio again.
Good to be back.
Good evening. In sports after the break, RSMS celebrates gold medal achievement of former student. And VPL defending champions ready for Northerners. This and more coming up.
Namaste, Golden Point Resort. Raki Raki Me. Mirchi FM is garam garam. Mirchi FM is hot.
I'm Sanjay Taguake. Mirchi FM is hot.
I'm Harshana. I love Mirchi FM. It's hot in Lautoka.
Hi, मैं अविनाश हूँ. मैं लंबासा से बोल रहा हूँ. मैं हमेशा मिर्ची एफएम सुन रहा हूँ. मिर्ची एफएम is so hot.
मैं शालिनी देवी फ्रॉम कोबर्ट एवेन्यू. जैसे आँख खुलती है वैसे मिर्ची एफएम मुझे मस्त कर देती है. मिर्ची एफएम is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Fiji Sevens captain and Olympic gold medalist Osekolini Sa was hosted to a victory celebration in Nambour today. Ratusukuna Memorial School students and old scholars gathered at the school to welcome the former student. Meli Tavanga was there and filed this report.
Celebrating continues in Fiji for the country's Olympic champion rugby sevens team. Kolini Sau arrived to be caught in surprise by the celebration of students and former students and said he was happy to be celebrating with his schoolmates.
I thought that it was just, they invited me to come just for a feast, and I didn't know they had the traditional ceremony, and it just brings back memory of my years here.
The 30-year-old skipper also reminisced about his memories of his days at the school.
My best memory in school were my under-18 mates. We won the under-18 secondary school, and I saw a lot of them here, and I think that's one of the best memories I have in school, and probably walking home with my best friend from Form 3 to Form 7 after school.
This school will be forever in his heart because this is where his rugby career started.
It was also a moment to cherish for the old scholars and fans gathered at RSMS. For many, this was the first time to meet a famous sports hero.
We were so glad that Osea made himself available to be here today to celebrate with the school that actually brought him, that actually taught him rugby.
The celebrations are not yet over for Kolini Sau. He will be hosted by the Tikin of Kambara tomorrow. Meli Tavanga, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, police are investigating photos circulated on social media allegedly showing people holding the Olympic gold medal reported stolen from Fiji Sevens rep Masives in Dakuanga. It has not yet been confirmed whether the medal shown is actually the stolen Olympic gold. Police spokesperson Anna Naisoro says the investigation is underway and no suspect has been identified as yet. The matter was reported to the Namaka police station in Nandi earlier this week.
Investigators will be looking at all avenues. At this stage, we cannot really say, we could jump on them to say that they are a suspect. We will be looking at all avenues, and once we have anything substantial, then we will be sure to release them.
The gold medal is believed to have gone missing from Dakwanga's home last week. Vodafone Flying Fijians coach John McKee is keeping his fingers crossed that former national rep Albert Vuli will be available for the European Tour in November. Vuli, who is at his peak in France in the current T14 season, last played for Fiji in the 2011 World Cup in New Zealand. Fashinal Prasad reports.
Flying Fijians coach John McKee is impressed with the form of Albert Vuli at the Racing 92 in French top 14.
Albert's been playing very well for racing. It's been a good move for him to go there. He's been involved in the team each week, so that's been really good for him.
While it's a call for Vuli to make, McKee is predicting the Savu native could be a timely replacement for Levani Botia.
Botia's been injured from surgery, so I'm really discounted him. You know, if he is back to fitness, he would only just get back just before November. So I think it would be unfair for him.
Apart from the players, McKee's coaching panel will also remain the same, excluding Franz Luduke and Tambai Medson.
I'm regularly talking with him. It looks like his club team in Japan won't allow him to come with us in November, but apart from that, you know, everything will be the same. Andre Bell, who replaced Tambai Matson, he'll be with us again. Alan Muir, scrum coach, will be with us again. So
it is a huge load on McKee to keep the momentum going for the Flying Fijians as the World Cup qualifier nears. Fashinil Prasad, FBC Sports.
The Nandronga rugby team hopes to continue with its winning run in the HFC Bank Fairbrother Trophy Challenge tomorrow. The Stallions are expecting a tough encounter against Nandi at Lawanga Park, but they are relying on the depth of its team to pull them through another week.
Looking at the experience, some of the experienced players like Nemani Nagusa and Rupeni Nasinga, Wanga Tambu, these are some of the regular names for our team this season and also in the previous years. And we have upcoming new players like Fbctv Tokani, and these are the players that are actually working well with our experienced players.
Nandronga faces Nandi at 2 p.m. at Lawanga Park in Singatoka. The Nandi football side is aiming for nothing less than 6 points from its 2 matches during its North Tour in the Vodafone Premier League this weekend. The defending champions suffered a blow with a 1-0 defeat to Rewa last weekend, but will be out to redeem themselves against Nreketi and Lambasa. Rohit Deo with the story.
Got added time in there.
The loss against Rewa was the first for coach Joseph Nand in 10 matches with Nandi.
We are a little bit injuries, and we had no choice but put some good players. They were a bit injured, but at the same time I felt that they could be able to pull it off. But
the Jet Setters know that the 2 matches this weekend will be crucial in its VPL title defense.
Very well, you can see the boys are on the field, and we will still play opposition football, and we'll walk out our way to beat Raketi, and then we'll think of Raketi first, and then Lambasa game will follow. No?
Nandi lies on 5th position on the ladder with 7 points. The aim this weekend is to come back with 6 points.
To get the maximum points, nothing less than that. We will be very disappointed if we lose or a Copa draw. We want to win those 2 matches and get the 6 points home.
Nandi plays Raketi at 5:30 p.m. at Subrel Park in Lambasa tomorrow, after which Lambasa battles Ba at 7:30 p.m. On Sunday at the same venue, Nandi takes on Lambasa at 1 p.m. while Raketi plays Ba at 3 p.m. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, the Lambasa football team is well prepared to take on Ba and Nandi in VPL matches at home this weekend. The team has not lost focus after their BOG final defeat to Lautoka 2 weeks ago. Eleanor Turangeview with this report.
Perfecting their skills and set pieces, the Lambasa soccer team is on par with preparations to take on soccer giants Mba tomorrow night and Nandi on Sunday here at Subrel Park.
Our fitness level should be there to conquer these 2 teams. We know they are good sides, and since we have beat Ba in our BOG, and we know they will coming out for victory on Saturday, coming on Saturday.
Lambasa needs to win these 2 matches as they are vying for a spot in next season's OFC Champions League.
Our aim is to go and play our league, and we have already spoken to the boys. This is the chance. This is the 2 very important games because we are playing 2 giant teams of Fiji soccer, and we need to be on our toes to face these 2 teams.
Putting their loss in the BOG final behind them, the team is confident of a good outing this weekend and is urging supporters to come out in numbers.
I'm requesting all our supporters leave our loss in the finals behind, come support our boys, and I believe they will do better in the two games.
Northern compatriots and Raketi is also playing Ba and Nandi this weekend. Having only 1 win this season, the team needs to win these 2 matches in order to get points to avoid demotion. Eleanor Turangeview, FBC Sports.
A number of Fijians playing in the National Rugby League in Australia could make a strong Fiji Mbati team for the World Cup next year. Former Mbati captain Petero Devonideva says he is in close contact with Fijian players in Australia. Devonideva says he will also be taking up the assistant coach position for the Mbati side next year.
As Jared especially, Suliasi and a host of other NRL players that have all put their hand up to say they want to play for Fiji next year in the next year's World Cup. So my role will certainly be one of mentoring the next generation of Fiji Bati players, also to taking on an assistant coaching role.
Meanwhile, in the Vodafone Cup semi-finals tomorrow, Kinoa Sea Eagles play the Police Sharks at 2:35 p.m. and Sambeto Roosters play Mburenitu Cowboys at 3:50 p.m. at Prince Charles Park in Nandi. You can catch the live commentaries of both matches on Bula FM. The coveted All Blacks number 7 jersey has a new man to fill it for the match tomorrow. Flanker Adi Savia has been confirmed to play on the open side for the first time in a test match when the All Blacks take on South Africa in Christchurch. Savia's recent form has been getting a lot of attention from fans. That was sports for tonight. It's back to Jackie now with business.
Telecom Fiji Limited's 4G plus broadband internet service is now online. Prime Minister Vorengiam Bainimarama says the milestone achievement for the wholly Fijian-owned company is a testament to an expanding and progressive ITC sector. Maggie Boyle tells us more.
A strong telecommunications sector is at the forefront for any developing country.
No one can argue against the immense benefits of ICT development. By facilitating communication, ICT's impact every aspect of economic development, streamlining the delivery of essential services and improving the flow of vital information across every sector.
Bainimarama says while this should be celebrated, his government is committed to bridging the gap between the have and the have-nots.
I'm talking specifically about the detrimental effect that new advanced technologies can have in widening socio-economic gaps in Fijian society or the digital divide. The gaps between the rich and poor, between the uneducated and the educated, and between those in urban centers and those in isolated areas.
TFL's CEO Mothelal De Silva explains that the technology being used is one of a kind and cements Fiji's reputation as the communication hub of the region.
We are the first operator to launch this service in the South Pacific region on OPD 700 spectrum, which provides improved coverage, and this gives 3 times propagation than other frequencies offered by early entrants. And it has excellent properties for indoor signal penetration, receiving better signals.
It's the beauty of 4G plus technology, making internet speeds so much more faster, anywhere between 70 to 80 megabytes per second, right up to 100 megabytes per second at its peak. This is revolutionizing communication technology here in Fiji. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Fine weather prevailed over the country today. Lambasa was the warmest at 33 degrees, while Ba followed on 31. All other centres range between 27 and 30. Another cool night is in store. For tomorrow, fine once again with a chance of showers along eastern shores and in the centre of the larger islands. Elsewhere, fine. At sea, moderate to fresh southeast winds, rough seas. Sunday should see fine apart from brief showers about the interior and eastern parts of the larger islands, cool at night. Recapping the main stories for tonight. Immigration Department has confirmed 2 MWH employees sent from the country. Fiji's economy expected to exceed 2.4% growth and new pay structure in place for ECE teachers. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. On to this week's poll question, we are asking, should an expatriate be hired as the new Sevens coach? To answer, visit our FBC website. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. I'm Jackie Spate. Have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Ni Modamanga.
Bula, I'm Dori from Nasinu Market. My choice is simple, Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
My name is Yvonne. I'm from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Sayandra, my name is Sunny. Only the Gold FM at Golden Point Resort, Raki Raki.
Hi, I'm Anna of Nasinu. When it comes to a radio, my choice is always Gold FM.
Only the classic hits.
My name is Anna and I'm from Nandi. I love listening to Gold FM. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.